Welcome to the 2020 Taxation Awards. We can't be together in person today, but that won't stop us celebrating the achievements of the tax profession. So make sure you have a glass or two of bubbly with you for this afternoon's virtual awards ceremony. Let's get started straight away by introducing our host, Director of Tax Markets at Tolley, John Scriven.
One of the many things I thought I would never have to do would be to introduce the Taxation Awards from my home study. Now, even though we can't all be together today, I want to thank everybody who is watching for continuing to support this event. When it became clear that we would not be able to hold our usual awards ceremony, we were determined to still do something to recognise the extraordinary work being done day in and day out by the tax profession. We had by far the largest number of entries ever for the awards this year, and I know that many hours were spent in putting them together. So there was no way we could let that work go to waste, hence hosting a virtual awards. Now, we can't actually present the trophies today, but we will be sending them out to the winners when we can, and we hope that winners will send us photographs of themselves with their trophies so we can share pictures with you all in the weeks to come. Now, before we get on to the presentation of the awards, I must just say a word about how the tax profession has coped with the COVID-19 crisis. It has obviously put a huge strain on the profession and on the clients we serve. Everything that I see and hear tells me that tax advisors have worked long and hard to ensure that their clients get the best possible advice on the tax consequences of the outbreak. We've all had to learn a new set of rules almost overnight, and I have been really struck with how well everyone has pulled together to serve their clients. Advisors have often been working despite the prospect of not getting paid for months, if at all, but have nonetheless put delivery of exceptional client service at the heart of what they do. Once we have got through this crisis, I am sure that all this work will not be forgotten by those most affected, and that the tax profession will have enhanced its reputation with society at large. It's now time to start presenting the awards, but before I do, can I first thank all of our sponsors who have remained loyal to us throughout the crisis. Secondly, I'd like to thank our judges who were able to get together just prior to the lockdown to decide on the winners. So without further ado, to take us through the runners and riders, let me hand over to the one and only Alan Dedicote. Alan.
Thanks, John, and good afternoon, everyone. It's a pleasure to be with you. Anyway, look, today is about you, not me, so on we go with our first award, which is for Best Corporate or Business Tax Practice. 5 teams were shortlisted. The winning team has a strong presence in the tax world, and in the words of the judges, know what they're good at and stick to it. Ladies and gentlemen, the award goes to Blick Rothenberg's Corporate Tax Practice. The next award is for Best Digital Innovation in Tax. There are 4 shortlisted entries. The award goes to a team which has developed a unique mileage capture app that is so clever that it works even when your phone is in your pocket. The winner is TraxMiles. Now to the first of our individual awards, for Lifetime Achievement. And here to introduce the winner is the chair of the judging panel, Andrew Hubbard.
The Lifetime Achievement Award is our way of honouring individuals who have made a huge contribution to our profession over a long period. I've known tonight's winner for many years and have always been impressed by his enormous knowledge of his specialist subject and his passionate commitment to serving the wider public interest. Most remarkable of all, given the sheer range of his achievements, is his extraordinary personal modesty. So I am delighted to present the Lifetime Achievement Award to the recently retired head of the Low Income Tax Reform Group, Robin Williamson, MBE.
Few accolades are more satisfying than the kind we receive from our own colleagues, and being granted this award for lifetime achievement gives me more pleasure than I can say. The last 40 years have been a fascinating time for me, working first as a solicitor in private practice, then in tax publishing with CCH, followed by 15 years at the helm of Litrig, and then a stint at the OTS. And I've been very lucky in having met and worked with a lot of good people in the profession and in government, contributing to the development of tax law and policy in a way which I hope has benefited individual taxpayers. It has been a particular joy to see the tax charities as they have grown from small beginnings into an influential force for good, and particularly now to see my Litrig colleagues carrying on their important work under Victoria Todd's admirable leadership. Finally, I owe more than I can ever say to Jane Moore for all her support, both as wife and as colleague, ever since we first met in that committee room at the CIOT in 12 Upper Belgrave Street, and immediately afterwards at the Plumber's Arms down the road. Jane was herself editor of Tax Line for many years, and has used her editorial skills to good effect on my various outpourings. To her and all my colleagues, past and present, thank you for your help and companionship over the years.
Brilliant. Congratulations, Robin. Now, don't forget to tweet a photo of you watching these awards using the hashtag TaxAwards2020 for a chance to win a £50 voucher. The best photo will be announced tomorrow. Now to the next team award, Best Private Client Practice. There are 5 teams on the shortlist. Strong entries here from firms of varying sizes, and in the end, the judges chose an entry which showed that a regional firm with a passion for excellence can compete at the highest level. Congratulations to our winner, Shorts. Our next award is for the Best New Tax Practice. This year we received more entries than ever before, a good sign of the health of the tax profession. 5 firms were shortlisted. The winner is a business which has shown impressive growth from a standing start, with a deep-rooted commitment to social and ethical principles. The award for Best New Tax Practice goes to Yes Tax. Now for another individual award for the Best Leader of an In-House Team. There's no shortlist here, so we go straight to the winner. This accolade goes to somebody who's made a huge contribution to the wider community, as well as managing the tax affairs of a complex UK group. Congratulations go to the UK and Ireland Tax Director of L'Oreal, Tasneem Kadiri. Now for another team award, Best Single Office Practice. 5 firms are shortlisted. The winning firm faced difficult personal and business challenges in the past year, but came through with flying colours and continued to provide excellent client service. The award goes to Muras Baker Jones. I mean, who could resist an entry which included a photo of everybody in the team reading a copy of Taxation magazine, except Joe on the right. You were meant to open the magazine. There's always one, isn't there? Which reminds me, don't forget to share your own thoughts and pictures by joining the conversation online this afternoon using the hashtag TaxAwards2020. We continue now with another team category, Best Disputes Resolution Team. This is always a tightly fought category, and this year was no exception, with no fewer than 7 firms shortlisted. The judges decided that the award should go to a team which showed all-round excellence, as evidenced by a fantastic series of victories in the courts and tribunals. The winner is the EY Disputes and Litigation Team. Now we come to a new category, Best Employer in Tax. We were pleased by the number of firms who put themselves forward for consideration, and these 4 made the shortlist. The judges were unanimous in choosing an outstanding entry, which truly captured the ethos of a firm committed to becoming the place to work. Congratulations go to Cooper Parry. Now it's time for Taxation's Rising Star. This was another category with a record number of entries. I've no doubt that in 25 years' time, some of the entrants will be up again for the Lifetime Achievement Award. The judges hugely enjoyed reading the very different routes which our young professionals had taken to bring them into tax. The stereotype of a middle-aged man in a bowler hat couldn't be further from the truth. From an outstanding field, the judges finally chose somebody who'd done fantastic work in explaining the impact of the loan charge on vulnerable members of society, as well as playing a key role in the wider tax community. Our Taxation Rising Star, folks, is Meredith McCammond. We turn now to the world of VAT and indirect taxes, my personal favourite. 4 firms were shortlisted for this category. The winning team described themselves as a business with a purpose. With an impressive scope of work ranging from advising overseas governments to mentoring at local schools, they certainly lived up to their strapline. Congratulations go to the Deloitte Indirect Tax team. Getting through these awards at a fantastic rate of knots. If you're running short of champagne, now is the time to charge your glass as we come to the final few categories. And don't forget to join in the conversation on social media using the hashtag TaxAwards2020. Next up, we have Best Independent Tax Consultancy. There was a strong showing in this sector, and the judges shortlisted 6 firms. The winning firm has a justly deserved reputation in the marketplace for its services to other professionals, and in 2019 successfully amalgamated 3 separate businesses under one umbrella. The award goes to Markel Tax. Back towards commerce and industry now with the award for Best In-House Tax Team. 3 teams were shortlisted. Our winner not only faced particular tax challenges as an international business in the technology sector, but also had to deal with the huge ramifications of a change of ownership. Please congratulate this year's recipient, the tax team at Sky Limited. Next up is Best Specialist Team in a Larger Organisation. There were so many high-quality entries this year that we decided to split the category into 2. Best Specialist Team in a Large Firm and Best Specialist Team in the Public or Not-for-Profit Sector. First up, Best Specialist Team, Large Firm. 5 teams made it through to the shortlist. The winning entry amazed the judges with its broad range of impressive case studies and the way that it included contributions from a wide range of team members, from the most experienced to those just starting their careers. The winner is the BDO Real Estate and Construction Group. And secondly, we look at Best Specialist Team, Public or Not-for-Profit. 3 teams are shortlisted. All of them are doing high-quality work which really resonates with the wider tax community. But there can only be one winner, and the judges plumped for the body, which has given huge support to the most vulnerable in society. The award goes to the Low Incomes Tax Reform Group. Well, now we go global for the Best International Tax Team. There are 3 firms shortlisted. The winning team showed that important and valuable tax work can be done for smaller and medium-sized international business. The judges particularly liked the way that they brought together expertise in transfer pricing and customs duty when advising on supply chain management. Congratulations go to Blake Rothenberg. Our final team award, ladies and gentlemen, is for the best tax practice in a regional firm. This is always a strong category, and this year was no exception, with 5 firms making it onto the shortlist. All strong contenders. The entries provoked much debate among the judges. The award goes to a firm which showed all-round excellence with a real commitment to businesses in their local area and to the profession as a whole. The winner, Garbett and Elliott. Well, amazingly, we now come to our final award, Outstanding Contribution to Tax in 2019-20. Here again is the chair of the judging panel, Andrew Hubbard.
Traditionally, this award goes to an individual, but in these extraordinary times, we wanted to do something different. The judging of the previous categories was done before the COVID-19 outbreak, but for this award, we had time to make an exception to reflect the very different environment in which we currently find ourselves. Everybody watching has played their part in dealing with the tax consequences of the pandemic, but we felt that it was right to recognise the one team which has faced more pressure to deliver than any other. A team which has had to rewrite virtually the entire tax code overnight and to create within days new IT systems to support those changes. The award for Outstanding Contribution to Tax in 2019-20 goes to the unsung heroes at HMRC's COVID-19 team.
It's an honour to receive this award for outstanding achievement in tax on behalf of HMRC. I'd like to thank the tax professional community for all your support, your feedback, and of course your patience. But most of all, I'd like to thank my colleagues in HMRC for the amazing commitment they've shown during the COVID-19 crisis. Whether they're working on designing and delivering the schemes to support the economy through the crisis, or keeping our business as usual services going, they've been brilliant. So this award is for them.
Well, there we are. Well done to all at HMRC for making a real difference in these difficult times. That concludes the presentation of this year's awards. Congratulations to our winners and commiserations to those who were pipped at the post. That's all from me. Thanks for listening. I'll now hand over to John Scriven for some closing remarks. John.
Thanks again to everyone who has been involved in putting together this virtual award event. And in particular, thanks to our mystery voice, Alan Dedicoat, for taking us through the runners and riders. We hope that the virtual awards have given everybody a brief respite from the pressures we are all under and reminded us of the strength and resilience of the tax profession. A huge congratulations to all of the winners, and please do send us pictures of your celebrations and of your team holding their trophies when they arrive. I would also like to give special thanks to our headline sponsors, TAXATION'S, and to all our category sponsors for the support with this year's awards. And finally, on behalf of the team at TOLLEY, stay safe, and we look forward to seeing you next year in person for the Taxation Awards 2021.